Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Now today I am here in the Quinfall. Now I did a previous video a few days ago and I did say once the game is playable and the closed beta is live, I'm going to of course be jumping in, and I was going to do a video to give you guys and girls my honest first impressions of the game. Now this game has been labeled a scam for the longest time now. For the last couple of years there's been so many videos that was called in this game. It's not real. It's 100% a scam. It's not even going to come out. No one's going to be able to play it, you know, etc, etc, you name it. But I've played it. You can see this character is currently level 16. So yeah, the game isn't a scam. It's real. I've played it, like I said. There's no NDA. I was live streaming this game for a couple of days in a row. There's other people that made videos and stuff like that. So yeah, clearly you can see it is not a scam. So we can nip all of that in, you know, just get rid of all of that. It's not a scam. It hasn't cost me any money. I've given away many keys for many other, you know, people to play the game. So yeah. So I'm going to talk about the game. I'm going to jump in. First of all, I'm going to show you the character customization because it's actually pretty damn good. So I'm going to create a new character, but before we get into that and before we jump into the game, where I'll show you some of the, you know, gameplay and combat and stuff like that, and talk about what I like and don't like, let me just say subscribe to the channel if you are new here, and if you're interested in other upcoming MMORPGs. So yeah, let's jump into the character customization. So we're going to, I'm not going to actually create the character, but I did just want to show you, you know, what you can do. So you can have a muscly guy. Obviously you can of course have females as well. So we can show you here. You can customize exactly how you want the body types. You can be muscly, you can be just normal, you can be skinny and old. You can have, you know, tattoos and stuff, or you can be completely freaky and just be, you know, a different color. So then we have, you can customize the color of the body, like I said. You can customize the bone structure. We've got wrinkles here. So you can, you know, make yourself old, young, you name it. You can make yourself as vascular or, you know, as non-vascular as you like. Obviously, due to the color system here, you're not going to see it. But like I said, I don't want to be here for 3 hours. So I just wanted to show you the basics here. You can really do some interesting stuff here. Eyelashes, obviously lips, we have head, makeup, tattoos, like I said, different hairstyles, quite a lot of different hairstyles here. So you can see, pretty damn cool, huh? And let me just say as well, the music is really nice here whilst you're creating your character and you're in the menu system. So there we go. And then yeah, you can obviously add scars and beards and stuff like that, body hair. So yeah, very good character customization. Like I said, I could spend hours and hours trying to create a perfect character. When I made this guy here, I did it really fast on stream. I didn't want to make the intro to the stream so you know, long. So yeah, I just made whatever. So this guy here, my guy here's got a little bit of a beard, got a bit of a grey hair here. He's in a you know, decent shape, not too overweight, not too muscly. He's just in decent shape. So yeah. Anyway, let's get into this character. So also, let me mention before we start as well, there is 4 channels currently in the closed beta version anyway. So you have 3 PvE channels. So where obviously you can PvP, but it's on like I believe it's on a flag system. I don't know because I've joined the PvP channel where PvP is always on. Now, what I mean by that is the second you leave a city, which is a safe, you know, a safe zone, you're going to be automatically flagged. So you can do open world PvP basically. So whether you're just out and about you're out and about just walking around, you know, you're farming for resources or you're grinding mobs. You can attack players or you can also be attacked. So bear that in mind. Just bear that in mind if you're going to play this game. If you choose the PvP channel, yeah, you're at risk of being attacked. You're at risk of being outnumbered. So just, you know, if you don't want to do any of that, then make sure you choose the PvE channels. Now, I may have unfortunately stumbled upon maintenance, which could be a problem. If this doesn't load me in a second, then what I'll do is I'll edit this video and I'll join you back when I'm in the game. So yeah, welcome back. I made it into the game. Here we are. So as you can see here, this is one of the cities. This is one of the towns, basically. So in this area right now, nobody can attack anybody. It's a safe zone. Now, there is a lot, and when I say a lot, there is a lot of stuff in this game. You can see here, we've got obviously your character, your inventory, skills. There is life skills. There is a clan feature. We have pets. You can see I have a bee as a pet. We have mounts. We have ships. You can also have a house or land, like a farm plot. So you can see here, houses or farm plot. You have an altar, which is basically where, think of it like in a survival game, you place down the altar in certain zones, which I'll show you in a second, and you can build your own house and building. Then we have obviously your builds. We have workers, which is not enabled currently in the beta. Then obviously you have your quest log. You have card games. There's a central market. We've got the world map. There is obviously a store, which is not enabled currently, so I can't look at that. Then there's Castle Wars. There is PvP arenas. There is this Battle of Valhalla, Olympiad Wars. There's a ranking system. There's dungeons. There's world bosses, and then you have a mail system and stuff like that. So this nicely brings me on to my first thing I'm going to mention about the game. Graphically, let me just talk about that. Graphically, it's okay. There is some parts. I'm in the snowy biome. There is some parts of this game where it looks absolutely fantastic, and then there is other areas, in my opinion, where I feel like it doesn't look too good right now. But yeah, moving on, like I was going to say, just because of all of this, right, there is so much content. Now, I know for a lot of you guys and girls, you might say, yeah, that's great. And I agree, it is great having tons of content. But there's something about this game where I feel that I feel like it lacks direction. Like there is just so much stuff, and I feel like there's no point to it. At some times, I feel like they haven't like dialed down. They haven't nailed what they're trying to do. Oh, by the way, this is one of my houses that I'm renting. So you can see here, enter my house. I don't have any furniture, so don't judge my house. I've only got a alchemist workbench and a armorsmith workbench. But yeah, like I say, I just feel like there is so much stuff and there isn't really any need for a lot of it. Like if I show you the map here, they pride themselves on having the largest map in an MMO. And I mean, I think they're right. I don't think they're wrong about that. If I just show you, this is the snow biome that I'm currently in, and just look at how ridiculously huge this is. This is just this, you know, this is crazy. Then there's places over here. Let me speed this up a bit. So you can see there's areas here. There's dungeons and stuff in the sea because, like I said, you can actually do naval stuff. There's naval PvP as well when you build your ships. Like, I can't even navigate this map properly. It's just crazy. Like, here we go. Here's another biome, like a desert biome. it's just too much. And it takes a long if you're not teleporting everywhere, if you don't have enough coin to teleport, then of course you're going to have to, run or use your mount. And trust me when I say it can take a long time to to get there. Right, so let me go outside here. Let's call my mount. Also, this mount animation, it takes so long in my opinion. It needs to be sped up. So yeah, so here we are. We're in the open world. A little bit of lag here. So right, you see that? You have exited the safe zone. So now, where I'm standing here and anywhere else I go along, anybody can attack me, and I can of course attack anybody, any other player. Now I'm gonna move along here and show you some of the life skills here, because you can do wood chopping, mining, gathering of plants and stuff like that. So let me go ahead. Let me just jump off the mount, and I'll show you a bit of the wood chopping. Now the audio to me is not the greatest. I've heard worse, and I've seen and heard a lot better. Now, New World comes to mind. When you're talking about gathering, wood chopping, logging, mining, New World has some of the best audio I've ever heard in an MMORPG when it comes to that. So yeah, when you're comparing it to New World, there's no comparison. This game is nowhere near as good when it comes to that. Content-wise, yes, it beats New World. So yeah, look, here's a rabbit. I'm using a staff. Let's go ahead and freeze it. Oh, I just missed. Now this game's, as you can see here, I want to show you the, let's try and kill this goddamn rabbit. Let's freeze it in place if I can. No, didn't freeze it. I'm using a staff, so you have ice abilities and fire abilities. These little pesky creatures. This is very, very annoying. Trying to kill these little bloody rabbits. But yeah, it's an action combat game, so as you can see here, I have to actually aim my abilities there. If you don't aim your abilities, you're going to miss. So yeah. So the combat. The combat is... It's fun, but it's also frustrating at the same time, because there has been some major server problems. There's a lot of desync in this game in its current state. So I believe if they can dial down and find the problems for the servers, then I would say the combat, when it works, is actually pretty damn fun. It's pretty good. The animations, though, however, yeah. The fire animations, I don't really understand what the heck is going on with the animations. The ice animations, they're looking pretty damn good, but the fire animations are looking pretty jank, if I say so myself. Let me try and go to where am I? This is another thing. Oh yeah, this is another huge problem I have with this map. Find player. Okay, so I'm all the way down here. So it's very, very hard to find yourself. And also, when you're in a party, when you're in a group with somebody, you cannot see them on the mini-map. So I have no idea. So I'm playing with one of my friends, for example, and we're running around, trying to find where to go and stuff like that. I have no freaking idea where they are. So that needs to be addressed. That really does need to be changed as soon as possible. Okay, look, so you see here, this is where one of my quests is, right? I need to get here. So I'm going to show you, whilst I'm talking to you, it's 2 kilometers away, and you are going to see a lot of frame drops from time to time. Now I have a 4060 RTX graphics card, a 4060 Ti, and I can run pretty much any game on really good, high graphics. And I have 32 gigs of RAM as well. But this game in its current state, I'm getting, I'm getting 130 FPS, 140 FPS, but there's times where it really, really does drop drastically, as you can see, and also the ping. My ping is jumping from 22 to 800 plus. Now, this is what I was talking to you about earlier when I was mentioning the server issues. There's something really bad with the servers. I don't know what it is. I don't know why they're having these issues, because obviously this is a closed beta test, so we don't have, thousands and thousands and thousands of players playing at once. So I couldn't tell you. I'm not a developer. I don't know, stuff like that. See here, it's happening quite a lot. And also another thing I wanted to mention, this game is made on the Unity engine. So I don't know whether Unity has any issues or not. Again, like I said, I'm not a game developer, so if you have any idea, if you know about Unity and Unreal Engine, what the differences actually are, then feel free to let me know in the comment section down below, because I have no clue about that. All I do know is, though, of course, is that there is many games that are obviously made on Unreal Engine, and I don't come across many games that are made on the Unity engine. So is there a reason for that? Who knows? But right, let's get off here. Let's fight this guy. So we can see here, I'm going to freeze this one here. Apparently I'm not going to freeze him. But yeah, let's just fight him. So the special effects are very yeah, very basic, if I say so myself. The ice ones are looking pretty damn good. It's just the fire ones. Everything looks the same to me. You see that? So I just used 2 fire abilities and they look exactly the same. But the ice ones, they do have a difference. Be it not very much, but there is a difference in the ice attacks. And then if I teleport back here and then go ahead. And then this is another issue that they are working on, to be fair. They are actually working on. The mobs just basically disappear. You could be fighting the mobs and then they just vanish, which is obviously very frustrating. Oh, and you can also dodge as well. So like I said, action combat, you can block. There you go, see it's been blocked. So yeah, the combat is, like I said, it's not the worst. It's not the worst I've seen. And it's not the best I've seen by a long shot. So that is one other thing that I dislike about the game currently. So we have the map situation, like I said, I don't like. The combat is fun when it works, but when it doesn't work, it's just complete. It's a mess. It's a bit janky. The mobs obviously despawn randomly, and also here you can see I have a quest that says kill 60 creatures. Now, so far every quest that I have done is like kill 40 creatures, kill 50 creatures, kill 60 creatures. It's very boring. And then you either have to run another 2-3 kilometers, or obviously you can just teleport back, then you hand it in. The next quest will be a kill another 40 creatures. So it's just boring. The questing is very boring, and I know MMOs, I know nearly all MMOs, the quest lines are pretty boring, but this just, for me, this just takes it to another level. And also the mob AI, they just don't attack. You can see here, I can just stand here, they don't attack. Unless you attack them, they don't do anything. Another thing that I dislike here is you have to constantly feed your pet. So you can see here, you have to feed your pet and you have to feed your mount, your horse. If you don't, then obviously they become, like, for example, if you don't feed your mount, you can no longer sprint. It walks very, 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 very slow. Now, this was worse. A day ago, this was incredibly worse. You had to constantly feed your pet and constantly feed your horse. But they have made some good changes. I will give them that. there was a few other things, negatives that I was going to touch upon. For example, I pressed my inventory button here. The other day, you could not get out of this. If you pressed escape, you couldn't get out of it. And also to loot some items, it would lock you in place. So if I bring the cursor back up, it would lock you in place like this, and you would have to press control to remove it. So basically, if I was stuck in the inventory window, or if I was stuck in the loot window, then a PvP player would come over and just grief me and kill me because I couldn't get out of it quick enough. But to give them their dues, they have actually fixed that, and they fixed a few other stuff which I will put up on the screen now. I'll put up a screenshot of what they've actually fixed, so that those exact things that they have fixed, I was going to complain about, but like I said, those things have now been fixed and changed, so I will give them that. But yeah, overall, I'll show you the skills as well. So we don't have classes per se. I did touch upon this in my previous video, but we have a weapon-based system and we have subclasses. So each weapon system has 2 subclasses. Now, the difference between this and New World and Throne and Liberty is, in New World and in Throne and Liberty, you can have 2 weapons. So you can have a sword and shield and a spear, or a staff and a longbow, for example, or a crossbow and a dagger. But in this game, in the Quinfall, you only have 1 weapon equipped at a time. But as you can see here, you can actually delve into both subclasses. So I have some spells from the Frost Mage section, and I also have some spells from the Fire Mage section, and it's the same with all of these. You can mix and match, so you essentially have 2 weapons, but not basically. It works the same, and you can see here you have 10 slots, so you could have 10 skills. I, of course, as you can see here, I have 2 of these slots taken up for potions, but you can have up to 10 skills if you wish. So yeah, I mean, I don't want to make this video too long, but basically, overall, the game is fun. There is a lot of problems, though. It needs, in my opinion, like I said, it needs a lot more time to cook in the oven. I don't think it's ready. In my eyes, this is more of an alpha stage than a second closed beta stage. Now, they are working very, very hard to fix the problems, like I said, and the devs do respond really, really quickly. So as long as they can keep that up, as long as they can polish, they really need to sort out the animations, because the animation, especially on the fire animations, they are really, really bad. The sounds as well, some of the audio for like the animals, the squirrels and stuff like that, it's awful. And you can hear these NPCs here, that some of the sounds they make is just, it's not very good. It's not AAA quality. And with regards to all of the features and all of the content in the game, I just feel like it's far too much. I feel like they need to dial it down a little bit. Excuse me, rein it down, bring it back, and really home in on what they want. It just kind of feels like they've taken, I don't know, everything from an MMO and they've just chucked it in a game, and they've just gone and said yeah. And they've also chucked in like some survival stuff where, you know, you can build your base, you have to feed your animals, you have to feed your pets, you've got farming, you've got crafting, you've got workers, you've got PvP open world, you've got PvP arenas, you've got castle sieges, there's just like naval PvP as well. There's just so much stuff, and I don't feel like any of it is currently working good enough. So yeah, my current thoughts, like I said, I like the idea of the game. It's good when it works, but it's just not ready. It's just not ready. But it's definitely a real game. It's definitely not a scam. So yeah, I hope they can make some changes, some good changes, some fixes, and then we'll see. I'll definitely check out the game again. when it's had a lot more time to cook and it seems more polished. But yeah, that's going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Like I said, like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you for some next videos very, very soon. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Peace.